As some of you know, both Sarah Warren and I work with Extreme Nazarene Missions in an administrative role. And honestly, sometimes in that role, it's hard to have really good stories from the mission field. But recently, I have discovered I have a story. It's about our professor. Both of us had Spanish classes at different times, and we took classes with Maria Teresa. And she is a wonderful lady, full of spunk and lots of jokes, and she understands sarcasm, so we got along just fine. After about 6 months of getting to know her and through a lot of series of conversations and some homework assignments, it became pretty clear to me that she was searching for faith but didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus. Fast forward about 3 months, I hadn't seen her in a while, and I found out that tragically she had lost her husband to an illness that was a surprise. And then fast forward 3 more months, and we had the team for Manta here prepping and learning Spanish along with Sarah and some other administrative staff. At about that time, a little old lady in our home church here in Quito asked me if I would be willing to preach in Spanish in our local church. And because I often don't say the word no, I happened to say yes, and then was preparing for this sermon. I didn't know it, but just about everybody on the Manta team and everybody that was taking classes with Maria Teresa let her know I was preaching and in Spanish, and she made plans with her youngest daughter to come to the service. In the service, I really just talked about how it was a joy to serve the Lord, and how if you hadn't had that joy in your life, that you were invited to do that day. I honestly was super nervous during that time and don't remember exactly even seeing Maria Teresa down front at the altar area. But thankfully, we're here in a group, and Sarah and some of the Manta team and a couple other people could tell me the story of how Maria Teresa said yes to serving the Lord and yes to receiving Jesus as her personal Savior in that morning. And since then, we've been in lots of conversation through text messages and coffee conversations about what it is to really follow after Jesus and the joy that comes with that. And I'm really happy that even in working kind of behind the scenes and in doing administrative stuff, that we were able to impact Maria Teresa's life and hopefully the life of her whole family. Thanks again for your support. This is what your financial and prayer support does across the world.